Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's podcast. Our guest of today is Patrizia, and she's the founder of Euler Associates. And Patrizia, why don't you tell a little bit more about yourself and what the company is doing?
Thank you, Joy, for having me today. I'm very excited because Euler is coming to the market. Fresh start, something new, something different. Our focus is bridging the gap between product and legal. In a lot of product organizations, you have this tension between product teams willing to ship fast. We need to go because the market is moving fast, and legal telling everyone we need to be compliant. And problem is they don't know how to make it operational and clear. Legal doesn't understand product life cycle, and product people don't care about compliance that much. So that's how Euler is coming to be, and coming to be quite soon.
Very interesting. And what do you say? This means there's some exciting times ahead, right?
Indeed. We have the European AI Act, which actually is going to really steer a little bit what's happening in the market, because the AI Act is going to be applicable by August, so in less than 9 months. And it will require a lot of work from digital product organizations to be compliant. It's all about making sure that the models and the AI services are transparent, can be questioned, are without bias. So making sure that there's a lot of transparency that today is missing in a lot. Plus, you have all the overlaps with GDPR just to keep things a little bit complex. And the number of European regulations is growing fast. I mean, by 2027, if you're building a digital product that you want to be used in Europe, you have to be compliant with 12 regulations. Not one, not two, not three. This is what Euler does.
Very interesting. And what do you say, out of all the type of companies you guys wanted to serve, right? Which specific type of company benefits the most from what you guys are doing? Is that something you already have clarity on?
All companies that actually operate in a highly regulated industry because, well, they can't avoid it. Companies that actually are operating mostly in Europe. So, I mean, the digital market in Europe is worth 1.4 trillions. So, and there are a lot of fines that can eat up to 11% of your global revenue. Startups and scale-ups, because they may not have a strong compliance team. And if you are getting 55 million euros in fines, that can kind of break a little bit your business. And 55 million comes from 35 millions from AI Act and 20 millions from GDPR.
Very, very interesting. And what would you say, right? When did the company has been founded? How long are you guys in business?
Idea started at the beginning of 2025. Then the company was funded in spring. And I spent this month literally talking to digital product people, legal people, companies, trying to understand what is the awareness of the AI Act and all this regulation coming into force in the next 12 months. And also understanding what are the problems, because I solved these problems in the company I used to work before. So I come from a background in operations, R&D operations. So my focus has always been how can we empower teams to work effectively, avoid rework, making sure what we deliver has a long-lasting impact, avoiding technical debt. So I used to solve this problem for accessibility. I used to solve it for GDPR. So when it was about AI Act, I just started thinking, no, that's a business opportunity. I keep that for myself. So the whole year was building the concept, building what is the USP, what is the unique part, looking at the market and identifying what are the market opportunities today. So which is focus on the European market and focus on bridging and bringing clarity between compliance and...
I like how you're saying it with your background, right? That you have this background, you already solved these issues, what you're talking about, right?
Yes.
And at the same time, although you know what you're talking about, you're still doing your thorough research, right? It's one thing that you're saying, hey, I know how it works, I got my experience, let's bring it into the market. But what you're doing is saying, no, although I have a lot of experience, I still want to know more, right? I still want to talk to those people. I still want to get to know where their issue is, which I really like.
Absolutely, because the market moves very fast. So it's important to know what is happening and what are others doing? And also, is it just me seeing this problem? Is it just me finding this specific angle? Is there anyone else doing? It's also a way to falsify yourself and trying to prove, well, what I've been trying to do was proving myself wrong. It's not the right idea. I haven't managed yet. So far, it seems a good idea. I'm working with a lot of amazing people and advisors that are confirming that it's a great idea. So let's see what 2026 is going to bring, because we are going to market next year, and we are going to look for people to join the early adopters program and to give more feedback and falsify or verify the hypothesis.
Very nice. And you already solved these problems, what you're going to solve right now for the companies you've been working for, right? What would you say, right, from all the lessons you've learned, like you solving these problems? Like, what would you say if you could go back in time when you just started? What, with all the knowledge you've gained when we're talking to each other in the podcast, what's one thing you would do differently with all the knowledge you have gained?
That's a very good question. It's difficult for a very simple reason. I always do experiment. I'm a serial experimenter. I love trying out new things. I never do twice the same mistake, and I always try to do things differently. So, to be fair, I think I would just keep doing what I did. Maybe I will do more mistakes and experiment even more, because I'm pretty sure there are some lessons I haven't learned yet because I haven't made that mistake. So maybe I should have failed faster and more, but happy with everything that I did.
Yeah, and I like what you're saying. Like failure, seeing it really as a learning lesson. And it sounds, maybe for the founder who are watching this podcast, it sounds maybe super cliche, but it's super important, right? Like it's actually, because once you see those lessons as like a learning curve, whatever you're doing, if you're doing actions with intent, it's going to bring you close towards where you want to go, right? So there's no such thing as failing, actually. There's no, like, what is failing? It's like failing is actually stopping and not going for what you truly want, right?
Exactly. I mean, failure is not learning from the mistake you made. So if you have a learning, that's not a mistake, that's a learning. So it's all about embracing it. And also, I think failings or learnings are a way to keep you grounded, because it's way too easy to just look for confirmation and making sure that you are the best of the best.
Yeah.
It's good to keep grounded and acknowledge, this is what I'm good at. This is what I'm decent. This is where I need smarter people than me, because at the end, success in everything you do depends on bringing together people that do the right thing, have the right skill. And I honestly haven't found anyone that knows it all yet.
Very nice. And what would you say? Like, you guys are exciting times ahead. You guys are planning to go to market next year.
Yes.
And what do you say from like your experience, those future clients of yours? What do you think is gonna make what's gonna make you unique towards like you working with those people?
Well, it's because we already go to market having already solved those problems. So we are not going there with a hypothesis. We're not going there with an idea. We're going there with methodologies that already proved to work. We go there with results that already delivered. We go there by amplifying the past learnings and the past successes with not just the consulting, but also with a platform that actually enables them to maximize return of investment, maximize how they're operating, and making sure the operational model is as solid as possible to face the complication and the complexities of a European digital market, that it's not going to be an easy place to navigate in just 1 year time.
Yeah, I love what you're saying. Like, it's not like when people, companies are gonna work with you guys, it's not a gamble because you actually solve these issues, so you know what works, you know what doesn't work.
It's all about also helping organizations to be in control. A lot of organizations are oblivious and unaware of their risk exposure. I mean, we know compliance 100% is not a thing, but awareness and knowledge and being able to plan, accept, and manage the risk is something that it's becoming critical, because the exposure can be very, very high.
Yeah, very interesting. And what would you say, right, towards the people, like towards the people watching their podcast right now? I mean, you're truly going for what you want, right? You're taking action towards like really growing this company, towards something really meaningful. And what would you say towards the people who are watching this podcast who might be thinking about like starting their own company? They know they have value to offer, right? And they want to go into the market, but they're still with all these hesitations and fears. Like, what would you say to those people who are watching the podcast right now?
Well, it took me 5 years. So It's not something that I decided overnight. I knew I wanted to do something. I knew I wanted to create something that it's mine, something that has a positive impact, something that it's innovative, something that can help advancing innovation and social benefit. Benefit for all. And it took me 5 years to identify the idea, to identify the market, to identify the things. So it's more about going slow to go fast, spending time to understand your strength as individual, where the market is going, anticipating those trends, and try to fit your niche and surrounding yourself with people that can tell you if you're on the right track or are honest enough to tell you, try again, have a conversation in a month and see where you are. Because you need people that actually help you to challenge your idea. And if you get to a point when no challenge is strong enough to tell you, I'm not doing it, then just do it.
Yeah, interesting. So what you're saying, don't rush this, right? Like if you know you want, you're able to like create value, like, first build that foundation. And once you build that foundation, boom, right now we might be ready to take that step.
Absolutely. So it's all about knowing yourself and knowing the market, and then trying to connect the two.
Nice. And for the Patricia, for the people who are watching this podcast right now, what are some of the ways they can connect either with you or the company?
LinkedIn is the place where you can find me. I post a lot about the AI compliance for now and the AI Act. Euler, we have Euler.associates as website, and Euler.systems. And Euler stays for European legal requirements, because that's what we do.
Very
But
nice.
link is the best place.
Patricia, thanks so much for being on the podcast, sharing your value, sharing what the company is about, sharing what you find, what is important for you. For the people who are watching this podcast right now, I'm going to make sure to put the links of Patricia and the company down in the description below so you can easily find it. Yeah, everyone, thanks for tuning in and see you all in the next episode. Thank you, Patricia.
Thank you, Joy.